upon a time, there was a beautiful princess named Charity. She loved to wear pretty dresses and go for walks in the forest. As she walked, she would look for flowers to pick up and smell. One day, as she was out on one of her walks, she noticed something sticking out of a tree. "What's that?" Charity said. As she walked closer, she could see what it was. A rolled-up piece of paper. On the outside of the paper, it said, "Please get this letter to the king. It is very important. He is the only one who can read it." So Charity knew what she had to do. "I better go right now," she said. So she took the piece of paper and began running to the castle. She ran fast, really fast, like really, really fast. Then all of a sudden, she stopped. Just ahead of her, through the trees, she could see a lion. "Oh no," she said, "it's a lion." All of a sudden, the lion saw Charity and roared. So Charity turned around and ran the other way. But the lion got up and chased her. Charity ran as fast as she could, but the lion only got closer and closer. All of a sudden, Charity had an idea. She was going to be brave. She stopped running and turned around to face the lion. "Lion, go away!" she yelled. To her surprise, the lion stopped in its tracks and ran the other way. "That was close," Charity said. Relieved, she turned around and continued running. A short time later, she noticed something else on the path ahead. This time, it wasn't a hungry animal. No, this time, it was a hungry cowboy. "Oh no!" Charity yelled. "He's gonna steal the letter." The cowboy pointed his gun right at her and pulled the trigger. Charity ducked behind a tree. As the bullets flew by, she tried to think of a plan. Suddenly, she had an idea. She would give the cowboy a hug. With all the courage she could muster, she stepped out from behind the tree. She fixed her eyes on the cowboy and gave him her sweetest smile. Their eyes locked, and his gun fell to the ground. Her beauty was too much for him to handle. Charity walked over and gave him a hug. He didn't want to rob people anymore. The hug had changed him forever. With no time to lose, Charity said goodbye and took off running. Daylight was running out, and she had to get that letter to the king. After running for a really long time, she finally reached the castle. She walked up to the door of the castle and knocked. A few moments later, the door opened, and there stood the king himself. "He is so handsome," Charity thought to herself. She held out the letter and gave it to the king. She could not wait to hear the message. The king opened the letter and read what was inside. "On this day, Etta was born. Happy birthday, Etta! Happy birthday, Etta!" Charity shouted. And with that, the whole kingdom celebrated the very special day that Etta was born. And everyone lived happily ever after. The end.